set to see John.
Looking over defenses.
And off he goes. And off. Williams, his third touchdown now in the year. As his wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even.
Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like a
nothing game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Officially no at the Houston offense.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the second straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
Now Johnson. Johnson on its poke free. Football's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Denora Searcy in on the stop. And here now a look at the Dolphins' offensive unit.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On the defensive side, here are the starters for the Texans. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
A draw play now. Balaj. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want.
And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. That's caught out week 4. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He's going to field this at the 4. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Rosen will throw. Going to look deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Watson has got a man complete. It's Clay. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. DJ Reader there on the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain there of 30 big ones. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The numbers on the ground last week for Ballage. 12 carries, 119 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And it's caught by Parker. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. Throwing on second down, Rosen. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. David Moore, his second touchdown on the season. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the screen.
Means starting with the running game and continuing to press.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Ballage. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On third down, Rosen. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Here's tight end Clay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson, and that will be incomplete. Problem problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. On the delay, it's Ballage. And he's got this down to the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Rosen. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing. And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this is caught. It's Parker. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, like they kind of rubbed their nose in it. To throw is Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kalen Ballage with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Texans now. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But There's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing again on second down. Watson, screen play, Johnson. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33. Watson on third down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kirk Cousins, a touchdown pass in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Cam Newton leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Patrick Mahomes, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. In our game has been the UCLA man, Josh Rosen, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, and Stills bringing it in. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because